What's up, gaming world? Just Prince TV here, talking about hip hop and gaming and just entertainment in general. Um, what should Sony do next? Okay, you know Microsoft bought Activision, right? Home of Call of Duty for $68 billion. Listen, man, $68 billion is money most people won't see in their lifetime. Okay, Microsoft is a trillion billion dollar company, and when it comes to purchasing studios, Sony can't compete with Microsoft on that, but they still can compete. They got $18 billion to spend. That's all they have to spend on companies, or at least all they willing to spend. So here's the thing: if you're Sony, you need to make sure you get a hold of Capcom and Square Enix. You need both. All right, they're both Japanese companies, and you don't want Microsoft to even try to attempt to buy those, because if they do, you're screwed. Because you got so many exclusives and deals in place with those two video game companies. If Microsoft steps in and buy that, it could be the end of Sony PlayStation. So you need to buy both of those studios, and I don't think you could even do that in the same year. That's the problem. But try to get one out the way. If you could knock one out this year, buy one of those studios this year, and then you could work on the next one. But here's the thing about buying studios: the company has to be willing to sell. Okay, it's a one thing to sit there and say, "Oh, you could buy something," but is the person willing to sell to you? Is what you need to be worried about. Square Enix almost went under. If it wasn't for Final Fantasy VII, Square Enix would be out of business. So Sony saved Square Enix. To prevent them from doing that again, Sony, you need to buy them quick. And I think they probably will sell if you give them the right offer. Now, you're going to have to overspend a little bit, because that's what it is. When you sell in a company, you never get what it's worth. It's like buying a car. You know, you have to always give somebody a number that they can't refuse. So, because what they're giving up is basically billions of dollars a year. If that company makes billions of dollars a year, and they're giving that up to you, so you're going to have to give them something that could last a lifetime for them. So give them um, a couple billions more than what the studio is worth. So you probably would have to spend about 10 out of that 18 that you have to spend, and then probably hope to give Capcom the rest of the 8 billion if you could make it back up. But here's the thing: if you get hold of Square Enix and Capcom, because you're a Japanese company, you could sell that and get that sell improved more faster. Because Microsoft can't touch Japanese companies because they're American, and there's a lot of laws that put in place to make it complicated for Microsoft to buy Capcom and Square Enix. But they still could buy it. It's just going to be a lot of complicated. It'd be more easy for them to buy Ubisoft and stuff like that. And that's what they should do, because if this is the battle of buying studios, Microsoft can't buy too much before the government steps in. So I said they probably could buy like one or two more big major studios before the government steps in, because they can't keep using that excuse that, oh, we're only third place. But if you buy Ubisoft, you won't be third place no more. If you buy EA, you won't be third place anymore. You're going to keep moving up and up. Whoever buys EA is going to have Madden on their side. That's a yearly income. People pay money out the what to play Madden NFL football. And that generates billions of dollars just from that one franchise. A repeated game that's basically the same game every year, but people buy it. But yeah, nevertheless, Sony did lose and will lose Call of Duty in the future. I think it's going to only last to about 2024. Once that happens, you're going to have to start getting some IPs that's going to hold you down. So if this is the battle of content, I like it. It gives us reasons to play. Here's some of the systems right here. It gives us reasons to play both systems other than them having the same games. Now they're going to have different games, and makes you want to go out there and get multiple consoles, because that's what it comes down to. But if I could say anything, Sony needs to buy Square Enix and Capcom. That's it. If they could buy those two companies with the Bungie for live stream, they could beat Microsoft. I don't think there's nothing Microsoft could get to beat Sony at that point. Because they can't keep buying other companies, even though there's a lot of good ones out there like WB, EA, but those are too expensive for Microsoft. I mean, not Microsoft, Sony. So Sony can't afford those. So I mean, Microsoft can. If Microsoft gets a hold of WB, that's a problem. That's a real big problem because they will have the whole DC lineup. But I don't think that'll happen though. But yeah, man, if they keep their first party studios, Insomniac, Blue Point, and all them other studios, and you combine that with Square Enix and Capcom, with Bungie, it's a wrap. PlayStation wins this generation, hands down. Just Prince TV out. Peace.